So
maybe it's easier to get a big first donor.
or just be confident, right? Go into the,
Yeah.
if you're running Illinois, go in confident and say, I'm gonna raise $5,000 and therefore I'm gonna do it right. It's probably a good mentality to go in, right? You want that confidence as a candidate. So a lot of this, a lot of the, you know, the CRM and the fundraising has all been external focused. And we'll get back to external focused in a second. I might have just froze. Okay, everybody's moving again. So we'll get back to external focused in a second, but I wanted this, you know, the database, the fundraising, these are things you want in place on day one, right? When you announce your candidacy, supporters are going to say, how can I support you? How can I sign up? How can I volunteer? How can I donate? So you need to have this stuff set up on day one when you announce. Another thing that you need to kind of have in place or getting into place at the very early stages of the campaign are your internal communications and your team management stuff. For some campaigns, email lists or interpersonal emails between each other can be effective enough. You know, we had a project management system during the Hawkins Walker campaign. Howie would still email me things, right? Rather than going into the base camp and logging, you know, getting into the app and finding out where he needed to go to say it in the appropriate place, he would just send me an email. And that's kind of never going to go away. Email, text messages, phone calls, these are kind of like outside of the systems that you want to set up. Because as your campaign grows, as your campaign team grows, these systems are going to be really clunky and ineffective. The good news is there's lots of modern communication systems that allow you to be more organized, that allow you to be more effective in your communications between team members. This can include limiting who's notified about things, right? There's nothing worse than being constantly bugged about things that aren't in your lane, that you're not dealing with. And for me, it often pulls me into being involved, right? Like I'll get a notification, put it on an email of something I'm not involved with, and I'll go, whoa. Now I need to be involved, and I really don't. But because I'm notified, I'm taking off my appropriate tasks. And you can segregate different conversations in different spaces, right? If you just have an email list, talking about ballot access, talking about campaign events, talking about volunteer coordination, unless you build a separate email listserv for each one of those things, it's all going to be in the same place. And it's going to get very muddled. It's going to get very confusing. And then internal communications and project management are essential to smoothly operating an effective campaign. Campaigns are incredibly complex beasts, and it's really easy to have things drop through the cracks. And campaigns are also very spontaneous beasts, right? You can have your whole month planned out, but then something happens and it gets derailed. It's completely outside of your control. So there's many styles and methods to project management. None of them are perfect or correct in every instance, but you really need some form of management technique if you're going to make sure that necessary tasks are being completed and that there's transparency and accountability in there, right? If you have email lists and you're getting 100 emails a day, which for me in the Green Party wouldn't be rare if I resubscribe to the national committee lists, things will just get lost, right? When you're getting a lot of contact when things are going crazy, and it's just via email, now you're sitting there scrolling through, trying who sent me what and what time and what's the subject, so you can find things. Whereas in a project management thing, you say you can have to-dos where it just pops up and tells you, hey, we wanted you to do this, and set deadlines and all that.